In 2006, a budding New York photographer called Noah Kalina uploaded every day on YouTube and Vimeo an unassuming self-portrait video that spanned over 6 years from January 11th, 2000 until July 31st, 2006. The project consisted of over 2,356 photographs, set to an emotionally meandering piece done by his girlfriend at the time, the pianist Carly Commando. As of 2020, it's been seen over 27 million times and is rightfully not only a piece of YouTube history, but also internet history. In many ways, this was the original quarantine project, a work of art that anyone with a simple digital camera, from a teenager to an adult, could do at home. As photographers around the world are forced to stay at home amid the coronavirus outbreak, we want to explore one of the most interesting personal projects of the internet age. Kalina never intended for his project to end up as a video. It was always supposed to be a still photography project, and only became a film after he saw a similar project titled Me by Korean-American graphic designer Aggie Lee. Her video was viewed over 800,000 times in just 4 days, and took her 200 to 300 hours to make, as she painstakingly used Photoshop and After Effects to align her eyes together. Kalina's video was far easier to create. It only took him 4 hours in Windows Movie Maker, so he was able to tweak it and upload it on Vimeo the same day that Lee uploaded hers on YouTube. 9 days later, he followed suit and uploaded his to YouTube and achieved arguably internet immortality, while Lee's version has faded into obscurity, despite being highlighted by Steve Jobs early on. I remember very clearly as a teenager watching not only Kalina's video, but also his photography. What's relevant about his work throughout his career is how applicable it is to photographers in lockdown. Kalina has always found inspiration in the familiar, or rather, in how the familiar changes. His work was done at home, or in his neighborhood, or in his studio. In many ways, he's been shooting frequently in quarantine, even before there was a quarantine. Digital Darkroom is for us a personal project. It's not necessarily a photography one, since I don't think it's a cohesive body of work, but it is a series of essays that we hope can add to the photography community online.
Why do we do this? One might ask. But one might also ask, why do humans live, die, sleep? But to enjoy life, to live life on the edge.
And while we do ultimately make each episode with the viewer in mind, it's also a wonderful way for Anne and I to record where we were at certain moments in time. In an interview with German designer Tobias van Schneider, Kalina said, "I can basically look at any shot in this project and know exactly where I was. Certain photos provide details, and I can recall who I was with or what I was up to." For Kalina, as it is for us, our personal projects are like diaries, and that's a gift in its own way. Whether a personal project works or doesn't work, whether it becomes super famous like every day, or whether it fades to obscurity like me, depends a lot on culture and luck. Critics have been quick to point out that all the comments on Lee's video talk about her ethnicity and her sternness of her Asian face or something, and comments on Kalina's video talk about his dedication and all that stuff for doing this every day for years. I think there's some truth to that argument, although of course the answer is never so simple. Art, as always, is very subjective, and I personally think that music had a big part to do with this. In Lee's music, hers was kind of purposefully dissident, so you kind of felt curious but disconnected. And then with Kalina's video, his music was more haunting and searching. It connected well with the audience, and it made people feel like it was a search for mortality or journey down mortality or something. Was the success of Every Day a happy accident? Perhaps. But Kalina continues his project to this day, and what matters is, despite all the exhibitions, all the emails, TV shows, and everything, he continues working on it day after day. And that's the part of it that matters. It's a personal project. It should mean something personal to you. But perhaps what's important is not the success. Kalina has said he intends to continue this project until he dies. While it's a diary for him, he believes in some way it also forces people to confront their own mortality, since we all know how this ultimately ends. So while you can look at a personal project as a creative exercise, it may inadvertently become something else, Because the funny thing about putting something personal on the internet is that it's only yours until you click the publish button. Once it's out there, you cede ownership. But until then, free yourself from any expectations. Just get started. As Kalina himself said, I think it's best to start these projects and never tell anyone. That way, you can fail in private. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And just in case you guys didn't know, we have a Patreon. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. And also consider checking out our Patreon, where we do a little bit of behind the scenes content, but also just helps keep the channel going. We do this for fun, not for money. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.